Hey, what's up everyone? It's Steve519 from Platform Nation, and I'm here to bring you a very special video review for you guys. Today we're going to be reviewing Fifa Street 3. It is for the Xbox 360, for the PS3, and for the Nintendo DS. The version we're reviewing here is for the Xbox 360 though. It has a release date of February 18th, 2008. It is in the sports genre. It's developed by EA Sports. It has 1 to 4 player multiplayer on one system and up to 8 player online for the 360 version. The MSRP on this is $49.99. Is rated E for everyone. And if you want more information from them directly, you can go to FIFAstreet3.com. Alright, so if any of you have ever played any of EA Sports Street games, then you pretty much know what you're getting into here. You're going to be playing an over-the-top, showboating, fast-paced sports game with about half the normal amount of players on the field. So with that being said, you have a 5-person team, and you play from several different game types, ranging from headers and volleys, where you only score by volleying or heading the ball into the goal, game breaker goals, where only your game breaker score counts, or traditional games like a 5-minute, 5-minute score as many as you can game, or first to 5 game, things like that. The graphics on this game, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. The graphics are in FIFA Street are not mind-blowing, but they are very good. The players are done in a cartoonish way, which adds to the proper feel of the game. On the field, there are several small things, like when your game breaker is active, some of the things on the edge of the map, like the basketball hoops, move or jump around with the beats, and you might not notice it right away, but they add a lot to the visual aspect of the game. And there are several other things as well. You might not always get to take in some of the graphics all the time because the gameplay is very fast in this game. But there are things like instant replays, and during the instant replays you get to sit back and enjoy the kick-ass graphics that are in this game, and you get to watch yourself make that unbelievable goal in a very beautiful fashion. The sound on this game, I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8. Being a game that is going to be played all over the world, FIFA Street needed music that would work for it everywhere. Surprisingly, they did a great job with the music selection in the game. My only issue with it is that after playing it for many hours, it does get repetitive. Luckily for me, I got the 360 version, so we can use our own custom soundtrack in the game. There were other very special sound effects in the game as well, like trash talking and other little things that seem to add a little bit extra and keep this game very interesting, and they bring you that much more into the game. The gameplay, I'm going to give this a 9 for gameplay. FIFA Street is a fast-paced arcade soccer game. In the game itself, there are 6 different game modes. Each of them are a little different, but they're all very fun. And they also have challenges. Now later on in the game, you get to play this thing called the, or you can do this right off the get-go, but you get to play a thing called the FIFA Street Challenge. This is kind of like their story mode. And later on in the challenge, though, you probably will get a little frustrated at times in the game to try to get everything finished. Is that really a bad thing? Well, that depends on the type of gamer that you are. For me, I had to walk away several times at later stages in the game because it did challenge me and it really frustrated me, because it got to the level where, it almost felt like the computer was cheating. And to me, I don't always enjoy when games are like that. Some people might. I did not. But you do get several cool things, or a couple cool things, when you do complete the street challenge. The biggest thing is knowing that you completed it, and the second biggest thing is the assload of achievement points that you're going to get from this game. You are going to get a lot of achievement points just by doing the street challenge. And the achievement points in this game in FIFA are pretty easy to come by. Controls in this game, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9. FIFA Street controls feel just about right for the game. Nothing overly complex. Everything is pretty easy to pick up and play, and after about an hour or 2 into the game, you'll have the controls pretty much figured out. So the learning curve for this game is pretty easy, and that's kind of just what an arcade game needs to be. Controls that the casual gamer can pick up and play real easy. Now the replay value for this game, I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8. Like I said before, there are 6 different game modes in FIFA Street. Each one of them is pretty similar, just different enough to keep it going. There is Xbox Live in this FIFA, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I wasn't really able to use Xbox or play this over Xbox Live because of only the select few people that have this game right now. I couldn't find time or people to play the game against. Now the value for this game, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9. FIFA Street decided to keep the $49.99 price tag instead of adding that next gen tax almost. And I think that's really awesome for EA to do on this. The game itself is an excellent game if you're not a sports or FIFA fan, and it's a solid game for most of you if you're not. Mostly because of the street aspect of it. It gives the game an arcade feel to it that, add the fact that you get online play, 6 different game modes, and a huge amount of teams, and it makes the game well worth the money. Now let's go ahead and talk about overall a little bit. Overall, now there are a couple things that is missing from this game that I really wish would have been in there. It would have changed my score, which overall I give it an 8. The biggest deal for me that was missing was the ability to create a player. Now this might not be a big deal for you, but it is for me. I feel that definitely all sports games must have this option, and most other games for that matter should. It just adds more to the game when you get to actually put yourself in there or your alter ego. And the other thing that was missing for me was a sense of improvement over the previous FIFA Street. In the sequel, we do not have online play that we do now, and multiplayer is on the same system. But other than that, other than the obvious graphics boost, not much more is different. Now, if that being said, this really isn't a bad thing. In the previous FIFA Streets, the game itself was awesome. Definitely one of the best games in the Street series. So, to me, this game is a must-play. Not really a must-buy, but a must-play. The reason for this is that if you're not really a soccer fan, or if you've never been a Street fan, you really should check this out. But if you are a Street fan, or if you are a soccer fan, to me this kind of bumps you up into that must-buy list. This game will surprise you with how fun the game really is. There's always that chance that you might not click with you, but most likely you're going to love it. So, what you need to do is really go ahead, go out there, pick up this game, go play it, have some fun with it. It's a blast. It's a great way to kill about 15 minutes to play and have a blast doing it. So that's all I have. You guys have a great week. I'll see you all later.